Hi and welcome to the FreeFormKnits YouTube channel. I'm Haxann Evers, a knit and crochet with FreeFormKnits Crafting and Thought to the Wall to Design. All the places you can find me will be listed down below this video. Thank you so much for stopping by and crafting with me today. In this video, I am trying to fix my project situation. I have just projects everywhere, and I have finished objects, like past projects, just lying around, and I need to sort through them, and I need to figure out a better way of organizing my current works in progress. So that is what the goal is right now. So here's just some of the projects I have lying around. Some things just need to be neatened up, like the finished objects in here, but I just end up throwing everything on my table. I've got my Cozy Memories blanket and the whole basket of finished objects and stuff, and then down here under the desk is this beautiful basket. This is a pita bower basket. It's so beautiful and I love it, but it's just cram filled with things I'm not using, or gifts, or things I have to take out and put in for the winter. So I just kind of really want to organize everything, and I'm thinking I want to use this basket and keep all my current or upcoming whips in it. That's kind of the goal right now. The real problem is where to put all my finished objects, and I have this cabinet here that's kind of got all my stuff I don't use all the time, or like sewing stuff and things. But down here in these two boxes they're full of finished objects, of stuff that I either need to set aside for gifts or just need to take out and use for the winter. So we're gonna go through these. So here I have boxes of my finished objects just over the years. I've actually gotten rid of a lot of things over the years that I've made and that just didn't fit, or I gifted. You just you know how it is. You make something and you don't keep everything you make, but I just kind of have to go through it and kind of find a way to fit everything in here, find a new home for everything in here to make room for sorting out my whips better, I guess. So that's what we're gonna do now. Okay, that did not take as long as I was thinking it would, but I have a lot of things on the floor. This is a lot of knitting. So I kind of got it arranged into piles. They kind of make sense, I guess. So yeah, it's just finding a new home for it all and a better way of organizing it, and so that these things can actually see the light of day. I've kind of got the chaos organized. Like, this pile here is shawls. What trips me up is, like, most of that stuff over there is designs that have been released, so I'm kind of torn whether or not I want to hold on to the samples or gift them or whatever. I guess I really shouldn't be worried about holding on to the samples. I can always make new samples, and I have pictures of the samples, so it's not the end of the world if I give them away or use them and whatever, if they're not in pristine condition, I guess. I don't know, I'm being silly about that. But I have a pile of socks here. I actually have, this is so funny, this pair of socks. I did go through an afterthought heel sock phase, but I did an afterthought heel that ended horribly, and I kind of just went off the idea. I know I can do an afterthought heel. I should really put a heel in these socks. They've been sitting here for years, but I've just counted them as a finished object. Like, that's kind of crazy. If you have watched my podcast from the very beginning, you might recognize these socks, actually. I'm pretty sure I showed them on the podcast at some point, like in the very years ago. But this is my first piece of knitting ever. Yeah, ever. And I did not know how to increase. So that's just split stitches there. That's beginner knitting at its finest. I somehow stumbled onto a crescent shape with my splitting of stitches and treating it like a full stitch. It's so funny. It's so pretty. And this yarn, it's like one of those old acrylics, but it's a pretty colorway. And then these are all baby cardigans that I have to find some little person to give to. Some little baby needs some cardigans, clearly. And that's a pile of dishcloths. In fairness, those are my sisters. I just have them for some reason. Most of them are my sisters, I think. I just have to weave in the ends and actually put them into use, so I should do that. And then I have only 2 hats. And this is actually, well, this shouldn't be here actually. This is a blanket I need to get more yarn for. Like, I just had this skein of this chunky yarn in my stash and I just crocheted it up, but I need another skein. So I keep forgetting to pick up another skein because I keep forgetting the colorway, but it doesn't really matter. I'll just get some sort of same texture, and if it's a different color, that's fine. And that over there is shawls. Kind of like this one. This one's actually a mixture of shawls and cowls. So yeah. So now the problem isn't so much getting the stuff out, it's finding a way of consolidating it to better organize and stuff. So yeah, I'll figure it out. It's really more like, I have these boxes here, I can still use them. It's more, it should all fit. It'll be fine. I can do this. I can do this. The other part of going through your finished objects like this is figuring out what you can use for gifts. Like, it's getting to fall here, getting to the winter season. I need to think of gifts. These socks, actually, they look so small, but they actually fit on my blockers, so I should be able to gift them. Yes. I have a recipient in mind. Perfect. Little on the tight side. These might not work for the intended, like the recipient who I know would love these. Like the color. These might not fit her. Actually, these are really colorful. I could give them, I think I know. I got a plan. I just have to think. I probably sound crazy right now, but you all understand. You're knitters and crafters too. You get this. Horrible angle because I turned from the light. This was my first, I guess, half circle crochet. It's actually kind of half a hexagon. It's so pretty. Oh my goodness. But I haven't worn it and it's kind of too short to be proper. Like, I could, no. If it's been sitting in a box this long, I'm not gonna wear it. So, but I think, rather than gift it, I think I'm gonna unwind it. I'm gonna frog it. And do something with these yarns because they look at the colors, they're so pretty. I love the shawl, but it's just not wide enough. So here we're doing good. We're doing good. That big pile of shawls is things that I want to keep. All the stuff on that basket there are things that I'll give as gifts. That big pile of things I'm donating. That shawl's undecided, I'll probably keep it. That's all design samples. That's baby hats that I'm going to donate. Those are my little sister's Christmas gifts. And those are things I'm frogging. Those are dishcloths I'm going to weave in the ends. And one lone hat. I should rip this out because I'm not wearing it and use the yarn for something else. Sad, but true. I gotta frog it. Okay, so it is much later. I've gotten done for the night and everything. I had to stop for a while, but that's okay. So I've organized everything, and I actually have an empty box, which I think can stay empty. I'm pretty sure. I don't know, it's late and I'm not thinking, but I'm pretty sure I've got it pared down to, so I'm actually one box less, which means more space for my cabinet, if all goes according to plan. So here are my piles. I have this pile here. This is all stuff that I think needs to be frogged. I'm debating this is like a bag I made so many years ago. It was like a free tutorial on YouTube years ago. I have no idea, but I've never used it. I think I messed up and my gauge kind of changed halfway because I don't think it's supposed to be as wide as it is. Like, it gets much wider, but I think if I find some really nice handles, like some fabric tabs, I can make some nice handles and it'll be like a good gift. So I'm debating whether or not I'm pretty sure I'll do that instead of frogging it, but for now it's sitting in this pile of things that have to be frogged. These are all dishcloths that this is actually a double knit hat I made years ago, but just not my colors, so I just folded it up into a little yarn bowl and shoved these dishcloths in there. I just have to weave in the ends, and this one needs a button. It's like a hand towel. You just put a button on it, and it can hang from like the stove or whatever, the handle, and you can dry your hands on it, but I just never put the button on, and it's been like 2 summers maybe, but it's really pretty. I think this was a free pattern on Ravelry. I'll see if I can find it in my library, but yeah, that's that. I have to eventually weave those in and I can distribute them as gifts or something. This whole basket here, so I have very limited space in my wardrobe for my hand knits, so I'm pretty sure I'm just going to put this basket under my bed. It's actually a little crocheted basket that I think I'll start throwing some socks in, because the sock basket I have already outgrown, and I've actually found these 3 pairs of socks, finished socks, that I can actually wear. I haven't had a new pair of socks in a while for myself, which as a knitter who knits socks all the time, you'd think I'd add the socks to my collection more. But 3 new pairs of socks to wear, which is always fun. And then the rest of the basket is shawls. I love making shawls, but I don't wear them, and maybe that's because I have them shoved in a box. So we'll see if I get any wear out of these. I hopefully will. So that's that basket. That whole pile is things that have to be donated. It's baby hats, like some cowls, hats, just random stuff that can be given away. nothing special there, but just things that they could find a new home. And then this box will, by the end of the year, will be empty because this is all gifts. Some of them need to be finished. Like this is a whole crochet cardigan I made, and I just have to weave in the ends. A lot of these things I just have to weave in ends, but they're all in this box, and this box will go back in that cabinet. But now my goal of having this basket empty for my current whips is complete, so I will try and organize my whips better like that and make this mess disappear. And the mess is gone. I totally lied about that second box. I did have a few things in there, only a few things, just things that don't have a home yet, but I don't want to part with yet because they could in future have a home. So, but I totally lied about that box being empty. It's mostly empty, so there's room for more. But the important thing is that this big basket here is empty, so I can use it for my whips. I think that concludes this little organizing of finished object video, whatever I'll call it. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe. But do comment down below, what do you do with your finished objects? Do you only make projects that you know like will definitely have a good home, whether it's you're gifting it or whether it's going to be something you wear often? Let me know. I would love to hear it. Or do you just cast on things willy-nilly? Which one? I'd love to know. So that's it. Thank you for watching and happy knitting.